Just gotta close out some programs, because damn, I have a lot of shit running. It's like, do I need Ableton Live running for this? No, not really. Lightroom, no. Spotify, no. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I meant to charge this. Alright, that's going to charge there. Quick little trash run maybe. Alright, on to the next one. I stayed a little longer than I meant to, but I got a Mexican Coke. Because the Mexicans got on boats. If you don't understand that reference, you'll have to watch old Comedy Central skits. Okay, let's see if I can get us there from right here. Oh my god, it's taking so slow. Taking its good old time. Oh jeez. My skinny Coca-Cola bottle was not ready for that. Doesn't quite fit in the cup holder. Something oddly satisfying about drinking like an old style glass bottle Coke with real cane sugar in this new newfangled futuristic Cybertruck. It's like old meets new, I guess. And you can taste the coca. Don't fucking tell me you can't. Alright. I guess I should set an odometer for this trip. Trip A. I wish I could add the last one to it, but I guess it kind of cleared that out because I only had current drive and since last charge, and both of those got reset. Whoops. Oh. We're only gonna be missing like 150 miles or so. I don't know, 100-ish. All right. An hour and 28 minutes to Gainesville. We're going to arrive with 33%. Let's see. I'm paying attention to the road, Mr. Cybertruck, but we're at a red light, so can I please look away for a moment? Thank you. My full trip. It's weird that's not showing that. Alright. We shall supervise. realize this camera's all wonky. Alright, it works. This is just really dark. Fuck, I forgot to clean my rear view camera. Oh well. Thinking I might just start a new stream. That way it won't be like a 37 or it won't be like a really, really long stream. It'll be a bunch of little ones. Wow, it actually did pretty well there. I don't think the camera can see my side view mirrors, but if you were able to see that truck that it just had to merge in front of, like, it had to choose between, it basically had to choose, like, was it gonna wait for the truck to go by, or was it basically had to, like, speed up to make sure it got ahead of the truck with a decent distance, and it did that, yeah, pretty much right where I would have. It's getting pretty nuts. I might have picked like the worst possible time to start doing videos on self-driving, because this version is supposed to be like basically ready. So I turned on full self-driving in the Wawa parking lot, and I haven't had to intervene yet. I might just switch it to hurry mode, which I don't really consider an intervention. It's just like asking it to act or behave differently. Because it was going like 73 in the passing lane, but wasn't really making like good progress on closing the gap on this truck. So switched it to hurry mode. Probably switch it back to standard in a second here. little bit. So chill mode will basically just stay in this lane, as far as I know, and maintain the speed of the cars in front of it. Seems like standard will do a little bit of both. It'll pass if it feels like it's being held up for the speed limit. Like right now, it's going 57 and a 70. If we switch it to standard, it's going to move around them, or it's going to start passing. Getting a little close there. When it does that, like I can't help but wonder how it would react if that car were to brake suddenly. Like, it's nice smooth movement, but it's just a little closer than I usually get to cars as I'm merging into a different lane. But that's another part of like the zen of full self-driving, is like accepting that the car is going to be a different driver than you are, and there's plenty of human drivers that do things that you wouldn't necessarily do, but you don't necessarily feel like they're putting your life at risk either, you know? One thing I don't like about both hurry mode and standard mode, though, is like right now, there's nobody in the right lane for a while. And we're in the left lane. And granted, there's nobody behind us, but like I would probably move back into the right lane by now. This feels silly to camp out in the left lane, even though there's nobody behind me. And technically, since we're still in Florida, Florida law is it's not a hard line, keep right past left. It's basically if someone's behind you, you have to yield to them and let them pass in the left lane. But other than that, it's not like breaking the law by camping in the left lane right now. It's just like not my personal preference, I guess is what it comes down to. But when I don't have to watch this thing anymore, I don't care about personal preferences, right? It's like, it becomes a bus. I can just like close my eyes, read a book or something. Obviously can't close my eyes and read a book. That wouldn't really work. Could close your eyes and listen to a book. What if instead of sitting here talking to myself, I start dialoguing with myself? Would that be concerning? Like, I could probably argue both sides of an argument about something. But for some reason, that's way more fun to do in my head. Once I tried to think out how I would actually sit here and have an argument with myself and evaluate both sides of the topic, it just seemed like it would be exhausting. Still chilling in the left lane and not really making great progress on passing this truck up here. But I guess I could always change it to hurry, and then it'll do a little bit more than 3 over the speed limit. think that truck saw that other truck. That was weird. He like braked all weird, wobbled for a second, and then for some reason that little truck's lights looked dimmer until I got closer. Is like now a car is going to come up, and by the time it's close enough for it to think it needs to get over, the car is going to start passing us on the right because it's going to think that we're just an idiot that's not going to yield. Alright, so yeah, here that car comes. Do we just let this play out? I think I'm going to change it to hurry mode just so it gets past this truck. And all, well, I don't know, just so it goes a little bit faster. Now it's going 10 over. It's better than 3 or 5 over. Alright, so yeah. If I was driving, I'd probably get past this truck here and then let the car behind me go. It's probably not going to do that because it's in hurry mode. It's probably just going to like still camp. But, oh no, there we go. It's in hurry mode. It's getting over. That's good. It's actually yielding. Because it's like, I don't want to go over 77 here for some reason. And so it recognized that that car behind us was closing the gap and it got over. next one. But it looks like I'd have to speed up to get in front of the next one. It actually kind of looks like that's what it's going for. I bet you it'll get in front of this car that's merging in. So yeah, like now it needs to get out of the left lane. And it's not. Oh, that took forever. That is one thing that's weird about this version, is it takes forever to do a lane change sometimes. Like so slow that I thought it was stuck for a second. And of course, in a weird twist of fate, the car that I wanted my car to yield to is now behind me. He didn't want to yield, he didn't want to pass us, I guess. So I guess that was one intervention. I had to make it get out of the left lane. So far on this leg. But I guess that's, again, technically personal preference. It's like kind of shitty to annoy other drivers and hog the left lane, but it technically wasn't like a safety critical intervention. self-driving is that it's learning too much from humans. So like when it went to pass that truck back there, it gave it plenty of room. But when it's like passing somebody who's driving really slow, like 20 miles per hour under the speed limit, then it passes like very close. It doesn't give him much space at all. So it's like it's getting too much training data from aggressive drivers. Service Plaza. I've never heard of that before. I'm gonna forget you're watching this, Rob. You're gonna see just how much of a weirdo I can be when I'm all by myself. Hey, look at that. It's moving over for stopped vehicles. I was about to have it do that, and then it did it. Now that is pretty impressive, I gotta say. But will it move back over? It's standard. You would think it would move back over.
Robson says, proper road trip icon.
Proper road trip icon. That's right. Is that a dare, mate? Are you saying I should speak in an Australian accent for the rest of this leg? I think I could pull it off. Honestly, I don't know if I could trick a real Australian or anything, but if I throw a few things in here and there, you know, I think I could pass. Proper road trip icon. Look, it's the villages, the infamous Florida villages. We're about to go under the sign. If you don't know what the villages are, Yeah, it's probably weirder than you think. Pretty sure that's where the shower puff color code comes from. Conveniently located off of exit 304, which, as we all know, spells a certain word on the calculator upside down. See, this is where it's acting like a human. I feel like it's like creeping up on this car to let it know that it wants to pass. Hey, it got out of our way. I feel like I'm gonna put it in hurry mode because there's like cars backing up behind me. Alright, it's probably a little more of a reasonable speed for the passing lane right now. So here's a question I've been wondering for this trip. Oh great, now someone's passed me on the right. See? This is what I don't want it to do. Anyway, on a long road trip, should I favor... There's 3 driving profiles. There's chill mode, standard mode, and hurry. Which is like, hurry up. On a long road trip, I guess you'd want to favor hurry so you get there quicker. But I feel like chill would be the like chillest. It doesn't really matter.
Standard backcountry.
Yeah, there you go. Standards for the backcountry. Yeah, because if it has like a wide open road, then it doesn't really need to worry about getting stuck behind somebody or sitting in the left lane too long, or it can really just like chill in the right lane. Or if it's like when we go to Crested Butte, we're probably gonna be driving on a lot of just like single or like 2-lane roads, so for that it'll be nice for sure. On a slow-moving car that's deciding to go around that guy. Gave that car plenty of room, though. Oh, we're going more left. Grandma mode on the lane change. behind me that want to pass, it looks like. But they're not really like riding my ass. And I don't want to get over because I gotta pass these trucks. I'm doing 78. At one point I was doing 80. So like, there is also a car in this lane a little bit further ahead. So even if I like go a little bit faster to get around these trucks, I'm just gonna end up at that car up there. That took way longer to explain in sentences than it did to calculate in my head. Oh, this guy's riding my ass now. I mean, it's raining. We are going like 9 over the speed limit, and we are passing this truck. The video is called full self-driving Cybertruck road trip, but it's really just 37 hours of Steve fucking critiquing everybody else's driving. Probably going to be in metro areas for a while. If I remember correctly, it clears up a little bit in like North Florida after Gainesville until we get to like the Atlanta area, Atlanta metro. And then after Atlanta, it's just like the most boring shit imaginable. Actually, Tennessee is pretty cool. Tennessee, North Carolina, all the mountains and stuff. That'll be fun. I think we're going to take a different route on the way back, though, since we're leaving Crested Butte. Oh, that's interesting. The car behind me got impatient, decided to pass on the right, even though the car already has right turn signal on, and it waited for the car behind me to pass before it passed this slowpoke in the left lane. Man, I gotta say, some of the stuff it's doing so far is like pretty impressive. I'm honestly starting to think that these robo-taxis in June could legitimately be a thing, because they're probably running the next version of this software. So when Tesla said June, they must have seen something internally that made them say, all right, it's basically ready. We just need to put it out there and let it learn. The millions of like 0.0001% chance edge cases that exist, that it's just gonna need to like solve like we do. I moved over into this lane, like, before this truck, like, I guess I must have seen the truck start to signal, even, like, way far ahead of it, and saw the signal go on and decided to move over, knowing that the truck would be in the lane by the time it got there. That was pretty cool. So earlier I was saying I wish there was like another driver profile between standard and hurry, where it would like patiently wait for an opening where it would have nobody behind it before it decided to pass people. Like, it was cool with being behind people, but it would pass if it knew it wasn't going to have people behind it. But then that's just like catering to what humans want a car to do, and like eventually it's just not going to matter anymore. Like, eventually they will be able to come within inches of each other. It's because they'll all know where they are in relation to one another.
road trip icon.
Welcome to your 12-hour sleep affirmations video. Over the next 12 hours, you will receive Australian sleep affirmations reminding you that you are on a proper road trip, icon. Me too, bud. Me too. Noink.tv. Hello, constant welcome to Noink.tv, your finest provider in all of the most nightliest specialties. Including straight nights, a limited supply of crooked nights, and of course the occasional spiral, golden crusted, frosted edges, diamond, smoothie, something. What the fuck was I talking about? This is what happens when you let my brain just dump stupid shit. Not that Australians are stupid shit. I reckon they're actually quite nice, huh? to be with Larry. You wouldn't want to have that sort of mission with anyone named Reginald. Or Reggie for short. Gotta always hang out with Larry. Larry's way cooler. That's the Florida lingo, Rob. I don't know if you're up on the Florida lingo. Damn, those bikers are not smart, bro. I mean, maybe it wasn't their fault, but there was like 3 bikers all parked with their lights off and like just standing on the side of the road. I literally didn't see them until I was past them. I hope they don't get hurt. Yeesh. Yep, this is the guy going 25 over. That's gonna be the guy that fucking takes him out. If he didn't already just do that. Hey, and another one. Man, a long road trip by myself gets me thinking some weird shit sometimes. Or just like, I don't know if it's all that weird. Just like, observe it, I guess. Like, I'll just be sitting here watching the white lines go by. And then I'll realize like, damn bro, I just woke up one day and all this shit was like here. Just fucking roads, cars, fucking license plates. Like the system for license plates to exist. You ever think about that shit? Every fucking car has its own license plate. It's all fucking, they're all linked to a person and an address and fucking billing status and shit. Like what? And then like fucking, well, each of these little tiny reflectors on the road, like just shit we take for granted. Like miles and miles and miles of fucking reflectors and lines and like, God, it just took so long to fucking build all this shit. But at the same time it didn't. It happened like overnight on a cosmic scale. And one day we just fucking popped up like, oh cool, there's these things called roads and cars and trucks. I think the fact that the car is doing all the driving is causing me the idea of the very idea of driving. Everything seems weird. Roads, fucking lines, all this shit that's like completely built around humans. Oh, this guy got his hazard lights on. Don't know what he was trying to signal there. Most people would probably hear shit like that and assume like, oh, you just sound like you're just stoned. But there's just so much shit we take for granted. Like, why is this the shit that I'm forced to sit here and think about while I'm... I don't know. I'm missing Rob's side of the conversation. That's what it is, Rob. I'm like, there's so much we gotta talk about. I'm like, damn, I wish Rob was actually like here. Like, it feels like you're here because I know that you're watching. But I'm like, damn, we gotta get there. The trip is gonna get so much better at the halfway point. Or like the 1/3 point, I guess. Halfway point distance-wise, roughly. You know what I mean. That we'd already be further south and it would be easier to take the route back. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. It was multifaceted, I think. Man, I gotta pee already, but we're 25 minutes away from the next supercharger. And people say EVs aren't practical. I mean, this one honestly might be a little impractical. Just this one. Tired right now. We went to Disney yesterday, stayed the night, went to Hollywood Studios and then Epcot this morning. And I got like 2 hours of sleep last night because the people next door were having like literally a fucking orgy. Like, it was. I'll have to continue that. I don't know. I'll try to keep the stream relatively family friendly in case Dev ever goes back and watches. But there was loud adult activities going on in the next room with many participants at a Disney resort. And we're just at like 2, 3 a.m. loud. Adjoining rooms too, so like, you know how it is when there's a door between the two rooms, like it just ain't that great. Shit, I missed your message. I meant to do the Texas speech. Now it's gonna yell at me for looking down. Yeah, it was a busy day. Jealous of the neighbors. Yeah, they sounded like they were having fun. I mean, it is Valentine's Day. And I guess technically was at the time, since it was like 3 a.m. I probably would have cheered him on if it wasn't for like my 11-year-old being asleep next to me and me thinking like, how the hell am I going to explain what the fuck is going on to her right now? Like, she doesn't know, as far as I know, doesn't know anything about all that. I should probably shut my mouth. In case she decides to, in case I tell her about this stream and she goes back and watches. I don't think she's gonna watch 30 hours of dad driving, though. That'd probably be extremely boring. But yeah, I probably would have cheered him on. But unfortunately, we had to Karen out. Had to be the straight Karens and call the front desk and be like, yeah, there's some really loud stuff going on in the next room over. Yeah, but listening to that with like your kid there is pretty uncomfortable. Any other scenario would have just been kind of funny. But yeah, it was really uncomfortable. Goddamn. It's funny. It's like hilarious now, though. I don't know. It was kind of hilarious in the moment. Just the absurdity of the whole thing. Minutes to the next supercharger.